Yes, hello. My name is Jodie Wilkinson, and my role is Public Engagement Coordinator at the Glasgow Film Theatre.
What does BSL for all mean to you?
BSL for All is a movement, a very important movement. It's a means by which deaf people are supported and also galvanized to realize their rights as a person, to utilize the language that is their preferred form of communication, may also be their first form of communication. And BSL for All as well is wonderful because it not only supports deaf people, but also hearing people too, in the sense that we are, through this movement, educated and empowered to realise that British Sign Language is, as it is in Scotland, a recognised language, and that we should all have access to learn this form of communication. And so, yeah, for me and for us at GFT, it's really vital that BSL for All is supported by venues such as ourselves. We're an independent cinema, and we run a programme called Visible Cinema, which is a monthly film programme for deaf, hard of hearing and hearing people to come to the cinema to enjoy the experience and also to have some conversation around the film that they've seen. And so BSL for All really matches our philosophy and also the importance of equalities for deaf people to speak their language.
How can we make Scotland the best place in the world for BSL users to live, learn, work and visit?
Okay, that's a big question, and it's a hard question, but I think first and foremost, I would say that the BSL Scotland Act is one of the biggest steps forward that we could take as a country to really put BSL on the map, as it were. And from that, I think it's very much about education, and that's what the government and also local councils need to support, is education. And I firmly believe that by education, you also empower people to realise that they are visible and should be visible. And I think we also need to have much more communication, which I do believe that the BSL for All movement will promote, that people talk more and are more aware of through the exposure of British Sign Language. And again, linking to education in schools, in workplaces, yeah, just kind of, not to make it sound too blanket, but really everywhere, the exposure that this is a language that is spoken by, I believe, 1 in 5 people, and that should grow, and that we should all become much more aware of BSL as a language. I think we also need to put more resources into training, which I suppose, again, it kind of all links to education and empowerment, to be able to help people from a very young age learn this language. And I think then I suppose it's a bit like a spider diagram. It all just starts to feed into everyone else. When we're more aware, we are educated, and we then do not shy away and ghettoize ourselves by not integrating with people of difference.